Hey everyone, welcome to our first investor portal demo of our investor portal for co-ownership. Thanks for everyone who's joined. We're going to give everyone 5 minutes to join. Cape Town time is too early, so we are waiting for a couple more registrants, so we're just going to give everyone 5 minutes to join. So we will start at exactly 5 past. Thanks everyone. Hi everyone, we're just waiting for 2 more minutes before we're going to start. Before we start, just a couple of things I wanted to just mention, which I'll mention again at the end of the webinar. If you have pre-reserved a share with us, you will receive login details shortly, so you do not need to register on the system. You are already registered and your shares are reserved, so you will be able to access the portal as soon as that email goes out, which will go out later today. Our apologies for sending out the message on LinkedIn saying the portal is live. It is live, it's just not connected to the live site, as we are sending that out after the webinar. If you do have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to me. The email address is posted in the chat, as well as a link to book another call with me. If you haven't joined a call, we suggest you do so before committing to your first investment, just so that we can take you through everything, answer any questions you may have, and you can use that link to book a call. If you have booked a call already and would like to book another call, please do so. We want to give you as much information as possible. We will also be running this webinar on a regular basis for people who want to know how to use the portal, and we'll also be releasing a webinar per property about midway through each subscription. So the subscription opened, in fact, yesterday, and it will close on the 3rd of September. So you will have until the 3rd of September to take up your share if you've reserved one with us. Perfect. Thank you. We're going to start now. I see we haven't had any new, there goes one new registrant. So welcome to our first demo of the co-ownership portal, where we'll be taking you through and navigating you through the portal and explaining to you how to invest with us using our online tool. And if you do need any more information, as I explained to everyone sort of before we started, that there is a link in the chat to book a call with me, and we can take you through it personally or answer any questions you may have. If you are investing with us for the first time, we do recommend you join a call, just so that we can take you through the steps and explain to you all about the product, and we can also chat about new opportunities that we're going to be posting soon. Everyone will have a copy. Everyone is registered will get a copy of this webinar, so they can look at it in their own time and make sure they're comfortable. But please reach out to us. Our email address is also posted in the chat as well. Thanks, guys. Perfect. So I hope everyone can see my screen. So this is what, once you receive your email from us with your login details, you'll be directed to this screen if you've pre-reserved the share with us. If you haven't, when you go onto the invest link on our page, you will see there's two options: one to sign in, which will take you here, and one to register. So if you haven't pre-reserved the share with us, you will need to register. If you have already, then you can skip that step. Once you register, you put in your details, a very short form that you need to complete, and then you can log into the system. So once you've received your details, you can insert them here. It obviously remembers mine, and then you can sign into the portal. If you haven't signed in, again, you can just create your account. Okay, so this takes you into your investor dashboard. What this dashboard does is it tracks the performance of all your investments once there are earnings posted, and you can see all the investments that you're invested into across the different properties. And it's also a place to store your documents. All the legal documents will be attached here, and you'll be able to browse investment opportunities. So just to start navigating the portal, a couple of things to do first. Make sure your profile is up to date. So if you click here, and you click onto my profile, you can put in all your important details. You can change your profile picture. You can add in all your address details, and there's a couple acknowledgements that you need to tick. Once you've done that, your profile will be up to date. If you've missed something, you'll get a notification explaining what you've missed, and you can just enter that information. We also recommend you change your password, so you would have been issued with a system password. If you're a pre-reserved shareholder with us, then you can just update your password. You can include your bank account details. So this bank account details for the payment of your distributions that take place twice a year, and then obviously at the end of the term as well. So you can put in all your bank details, and then we will automatically pay you out your distributions based on those details. If you're investing via a legal company or a trust, you can input all those details in here, and then we will have you logged as an investor who's investing on behalf of an entity. Okay, so that is your profile. Just in terms of these different buttons at the top, these are essentially the different buttons that show your investment detail. So if we move over to capital, this is your capital committed. So if all the investments that sit in this tab are all the pending opportunities. So when you've submitted your offer to take up investment, but we haven't yet confirmed or received payment, they will sit in committed capital. And then once we have received payment and the investment is now active, then they will appear in this investments tab, and then you will see your details, the deal type of investment, the IRR percentage, investment amount, percent shareholdings, etc. Your documents tab is for uploading all your FICA documents and important information. So you will see to update that. There are 3 different buttons: individual documents, legal documents, and tax documents. Under your individual documents, you will upload a copy of your driver's license, proof of address, confirmation of bank account. Just remember your proof of address must be not older than 3 months. And once you upload those documents, our team on the back end will receive a notification to say that you've uploaded those documents, and then we'll go in and check them and then verify them. And then once they are verified, you will have your profile verified. In terms of legal documents, if you've invested in any properties, there will be some legal documents here in terms of your subscription agreement, or at the moment we've got an escrow agreement as well. So prior to transfer, the funds will be deposited into our attorney's trust account until such time as the property transfers to the new entity. And then you'll be able to see these documents here. So you can either view or download those documents. Tax documents, you can put a proof of tax registration, you can upload that here as well. Messages, any messages that we issue from the portal based on your investment will appear here. Just a copy of the transactions you've made. You can download your investment statements. We haven't obviously had any dividends in terms of co-ownership yet, so there will be a statement here on your property, and then just a summary of your earnings and the IR detailed to date. So that takes you through the top row of the dashboard. Again, like I said, we can take you through this personally as well. So if you do have any queries or questions, or you're feeling uncomfortable, please chat to us. We're here to help. Then we're going to get to this left navigation bar, which is ultimately where you invest. If you have, we're going to leave the investment here button for shortly. That's when we're sort of ready to look at some investments. You can refer a friend in terms of the investment. You can click this refer a friend button. It'll give you a link that you can email to prospective clients, friends, family, whatever the case may be. And when they log in those details, we will know that you have referred that person. And if you've referred someone, you will be entitled to a preferred investment credit with us, much like the first 100 investors. So you can do that. If you've got any questions, you can click on here, and there's a whole bunch of investment questions that are on our website as well, in terms of the investment term, what returns you can expect, how do we determine the share price, and some more general questions around if you want to sell your share, or how do we value your share, or all those details. So you can find those here. Perfect. Just wanted to show you again, sorry, refer a friend. I can click that button. You'll see you will earn the investment preferred credit. And here's your unique link that you can copy, and you can share that on social media if you wish as well. Okay, so this takes you through the dashboard and the portal. We're now going to look at browsing the actual specific investment opportunities. You don't need to have your portal, your profile fully set up, or to have all your important documentation attached in order to browse our opportunities. But once you look to invest in the opportunities, you will require that. So once you're ready, you can click invest here, and it will take you through the opportunities. So at the moment, we only have one opportunity that's posted. The next property will be posted before the end of August, early September. And then you will be able to see multiple properties on here as we release them, the equity, total equity that we're requiring in the property, and the share price per share. We have changed the share price per share in terms of the number of shares. The reason we did that was to allow a potential opportunity in the future for people to reinvest dividends. That's been a request from most people, asking if they can reinvest their dividends. But the minimum share price and the minimum increment will remain the same. So just to confirm, that'll be 100,000 Rand minimum investment and increments of 50,000 Rand. You'll be able to invest in 50,000 Rand increments, and we're not looking to change that at the moment, but if we do, we'll certainly let everyone know. So you can just click on more information. You just give it a minute to load, and then you will see what we call the deal room, essentially, which outlines the investment opportunity in full, all the relevant detail, funding goal, investment type, important documentation. So this is the overview page where you can read about the property opportunity, and you can access all the important documentation. So you can access our brochure that we've put out for the location, which most of you would have received. You can click here. The full investment prospectus is now being uploaded as well. So there has been some time taken for us to prepare and register this investment. In terms of ownership, it's declared a public investment offering. So what that means is we have to register this prospectus with SIPC, and they have a department that goes through the prospectus to make sure that it covers everything in terms of the investment offer. Identify all the risks, to investors and disclose every individual aspect of the investment in detail and how it all works. So that's all included here in the full investment prospectus. We encourage everyone to read through that, and if you've got any questions, our team can answer any of those questions. So that's included here. You can click to download or view that prospectus, and then you can navigate the different tabs in terms of the investment, summary of the investment terms, a bit about us as sponsor of the investment, the specific financials. You'll see a summary of our financials and highlights. Just to quickly run through the Romney opportunity again, rental yield is around 8.5%, and the total IRR of the cash flows over 5 years annualized is 16.2%. And then the 50,000 Rand minimum increment with 100,000 Rand minimum investment, and your the property revenue and OPEX projections in terms of what we put out in terms of the property. If you go to the gallery, you can see all the images of the property. We've got our brochure attached here as well. With future opportunities, we will probably only include the brochure in the memorandum documents, and then this will just be pictures of the specific property. So this is the Romney opportunity, beautiful little property in Greenpoint, we nickname it sort of Bali and Cape Town. And some images of the property that you probably would have seen. This property we opened in October last year. Investment instructions, just explaining to you a brief overview of how to invest, and then some added benefits in terms of investing with us. So just a reminder, you get access to our co-working facilities with investing with us at all of our workspace locations. You also get discounted stays at all of our living locations, and that's for short and long stays with us. And that's not just the property that you're invested in, but at all properties. There isn't any sort of timeshare benefit in the specific properties. I think we've outlined that on the majority of calls with us. That would certainly have an impact on the financial return, and this is largely an financial investment into your future. You can also join the weekly events and community events and activations programs across the cities, yoga on the rooftop, workshops, cooking classes, whatever we may have for the time. And obviously those ramp up over summer, with most of our digital nomads and remote workers being here over that period. So those will be quite fun events to look out for, and educational activities as well. And you can join any of those aspects. Perfect. Once you've been through the opportunities, if you want to message us for whatever reason, you want to contact the investor relations team, please pop your details in here, and we'll get back to you with whatever comment you have on your queries. Or you're welcome to email us at invest@neighbourgood.co.za. If you are ready to indicate your interest for this investment, so if you have pre-reserved a share with us, you do not need to complete this step whatsoever. We have already got your interest recorded, and we've got that share reserved. So this is just for new investors who haven't yet allocated. We haven't yet allocated a share. So you can click on indicate interest, and you can indicate how much you're wanting to invest, and then you can just acknowledge some disclosures in terms of the overview. The information is confidential, and that there's no past performance is a guarantee of future results. We obviously know what the properties have generated in the past, but like any projection, there are future risks associated with all projections. So we just make you aware of that. And then if you tick all these boxes, and then you have read the prospectus, that you're in possession of the full prospectus in terms of the Companies Act. Just to remind you guys again, on the previous page, you would have seen the full investment prospectus that you can go through. Once you click submit, it'll give you a little notification like this to submit your interest. And once you click that, our team will be notified, and we will be in contact with you to find out if you need any more information, or you would like to set up a call with one of our co-founders. I'm handling the majority of the investment calls at the moment, but we do have a head of investments that's joining us on the 1st of September, and they'll be joining for those calls as well. So just a reminder, back on the page again, the documentation, if you want to go through any of the documents before you commit, that's included here. Once you are ready to invest, you can click the Invest Now button, and you don't have to do the indicate interest. You can move straight to Invest Now if you wish. We do encourage people, if it's their first investment, to join a call, but you can move straight to the investment, and you can choose different amounts. You can choose the minimum investment amount, the average investment amount, or the largest investment amount. Largest investment amount is around 20% of the total equity available in the property. The reason for this, that we've outlined a few times before, is that we want to make sure that there's no sort of single larger investor, that so that all investors are on an equal footing in terms of the investment that they put into the property, just in terms of the nature of that relationship. If you do want to invest more than 20% of the equity into a specific property, that doesn't mean you can't. It just means that you move into the next category of investors with us. And we have investors that can invest from 20% all the way up to 100% of an opportunity with us. So if you are interested in a larger investment, those are options. You can just contact our team, and we can put you in touch with those opportunities as well, and send you some information on those opportunities. So you can put your investment amount in. It will determine the number of shares you will receive and the share price. And you can hit continue. You will see just a quick summary. And then you will be taken to the point at which you sign your documentation to take up the offer. There is, if you click on this link here, it will bring up a copy of that document before signing. So if you want to review it, you can click there. If you click this link here on the offering documents, it'll take you back to the previous page where you can view all the memorandum documents again. So you just click on an acknowledgement that you've read all the offering documents. And once you are ready, you can sign the document. Once you click sign, please, again, if you think I'm going through too fast, not a problem at all. You will be able to watch a copy of this webinar post the webinar, and I will also be available to set up a call with you guys if you want me to take it through. Perfect. So this is the DocuSign. For those of you not familiar with DocuSign, please check them out. It's just a digital online document signing tool, just to make things easier for everyone. So you can click continue. This is the subscription agreement to confirm that you take up the offer to subscribe to the shares in terms of the Companies Act, and it will pre-populate all your detail for you, the number of shares and the subscription price. You can then sign that. The second document, which is attached to the same document, just for simplification of signing, is what we call an escrow agreement, and that is with our transferring attorneys, Cox Yates. So your funds would flow into their trust account, and only once the property transfers will those funds then be paid over to us. We will still confirm your investment once the funds reach their account, so we're in touch with them on a daily basis, and once those funds hit their account, we will confirm the investment on our side. So you can read through that. It just largely states what that means by putting the funds into escrow until it transfers, just to make sure that they are secured for you guys. Any interest that accrues on your investment will be accruing for your benefit. So if for whatever reason the property doesn't transfer at the end of the day, very unlikely, but if that does happen, then you would be refunded with interest. If the subscription does take place, then the interest would benefit the company, and then you would be a shareholder of that company. So you can just put in the place that you signed this agreement, and you can sign here. You will see there's a spot for Cox Yates to sign. They will be notified as soon as you sign. They will be notified this agreement, and then they will sign on their behalf. Then you can click finish. And then you will see your signing is complete. So you have now signed. In terms of the payment method, we have only got EFT activated for now. We are going to be activating the credit card integration very soon. There's been some sort of challenges with merchant account integration with the site, but we didn't want to hold off any longer. If you are wanting to pay via credit card, that's not a problem. We will give you more than enough time to transact. Or if you want to make a direct deposit to us, to that trust account. The payment details are here as well. So if you're going to make that via EFT, you can just click EFT. In future, there will be a credit card button here as well, which will take you to a merchant tool to be able to put your credit card details, much like any online e-commerce website. And then you can click continue. There's a couple more acknowledgements and disclosures, in fact, they are the same as the previous one. So we just make sure that you've read all the information, you've been informed about the prospectus, you know about the risks of investing, and you know about all the opportunities that the investment has as well. And then you can click all those items. Once you confirm payment, it'll bring up a little notification message to say, are you sure you want to invest using EFT? You can click yes. And once that's done, just give it a moment. It will confirm your investment offer that's been submitted. You will receive a little notification like this to say that your offer, thank you for submitting your offer with the transaction ID. If you do ever want to follow up on the status of that, you're more than welcome to copy this transaction ID into the mail and we can see, but we can also track it on your email address. So it's not too much need for that. And your offer. Now, what happens once you've received this email? You will receive an email from us confirming your investment in the property, subject to receipting your investment funds. So what this means is that it will sit, like we said before, when we started the webinar, it'll sit in your committed capital. Only that once we have received the funds, then we will approve that transaction on our side, and then you will be able to view that investment in the committed investment funds. There is an allocation letter that we provide you in terms of the share allocation and share certificates. That happens once the transfer is completed. So we will then provide you with that and then attach that to the portal as well. And you'll have your share certificates for the allocation. So that's largely it to complete your first investment with us. If you complete your investment and there are some items that are still outstanding, or you can reach out to us and we can take you through the investment. If you need to upload any documents, we can do so as well. A couple reminders on a few items. Documents, this is where you upload your investment documents, your individual documents, your tax documents, or your legal documents, and you can upload those all here. Our team will review them on the back end and approve them. Any messages we send out will be here, and you can update your profile, change your password, add your bank account details for your dividend distributions, or add an investment entity if you're investing on behalf of a company, in the name of a company or a trust, and then you can log out if needed. We are going to be holding more of these webinars on a more regular basis. So if you have anyone that you would like to join for the next webinar, please let us know and we can send them a link, or you can send them the email that we send out to everyone once we launch these webinars. We are going to be launching a webinar per property opportunity. So we obviously did a physical launch with the launch of co-ownership, but with each new property, we will probably do it in this format in a webinar, where we'll also have our design team take you through the design changes at the property and all the nice and wonderful things that we do to each individual property to get it into a Neighbourgood location, or to change it into a Neighbourgood location and make it suitable for our members. Another reminder that you will get a copy of this webinar if you've registered for the webinar, so you don't need to, if you've missed anything or you want to review it, you can do so. I am available on the Invest line at the moment, so you can drop us a message to invest@neighbourgood.co.za if you have any questions or queries. We will be sending out those emails with your username and password, temporary password, and if you can just activate your investment account. And if you haven't yet registered with us or you've pre-committed with us, we suggest you join a call. There's a link in the chat for you to join a call for us, and we can take you through that process. We can answer any questions that you may have. Perfect. That's the end of our investor portal demo. If you, like I said, more questions, we're willing to answer anything that you may have. If you want to be in touch with us, please do so. We've had a lot of requests for people wanting to potentially tour the property. We are going to be looking at an open day when we can bring some people through. It's a little bit difficult because it's a live property that has guests, and we want to make sure that our guests are looked after and that we don't sort of have people coming in the property all the time. But if you are wanting to join for a physical property tour, you can just reach out to me on either of those details, and we can set that up if you may wish. On the Refer a Friend program, if you've got any other investors that you want to refer, you believe that co-ownership or one of the opportunities suits them, you're more than welcome to use that referral link, or you can even just refer them to us on the Invest line, and then we will record them as one of your referrals. And if they're a family member of yours and you are entrusted with making investment decisions on their behalf, you can also join the investment call and you can know more about that detail. The next property, we've also had a lot of questions around the next property and when that will be available. We are looking to launch the property ideally first week of September. We've got to go through this prospectus process again with this property, which is in progress. And timelines with SIPSI are not always the easiest to manage. So once we have that done, we'll be able to put something out on email and on the portal to advertise that opportunity. Thank you so much. That's it from my side. I wish everyone a great day, and we've got some nice warm weather for once in Cape Town, which has been great because it's been cold. I don't know if you guys are joining from other parts of the world. I believe Europe's in a nice summer state, but it's certainly been cold here. Thanks everyone. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. Be in touch soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.